In this video, we are going to take you to the old town in Antalya in Turkey. So have a look round, see what that's like. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you all about the steps that we took throughout the day, places that we went to, and what a day looks like if you're going to book that trip. I'm taking a video right now because we're just at the jewellery centre to have a look around there. So we're in this jewellery shop getting quite a lot of hassle, aren't we? Getting a lot of hassle.
Part of me thinks it's quite fun and part of me's like, leave me alone.
Yeah, just leave us alone. And we think it's probably just a load of rubbish, overpriced, to be honest. So that was lovely jewellery in there at about 250, 300,000 pounds. So we weren't interested in that. We was just talking to some Welsh friends because, you know, by now I always find a Welsh friend on these trips. And they was just saying, like, they were trying to change the lady's wedding ring and said, oh, we can put a diamond in that for you. It cost you £16,000. And she was like, if I had £16,000, yeah. Anyway, so now we're going off to Antalya to have a look around the market in the old town, which was going to be fun, I think. The weather today is changeable, a little bit cloudy. I'm quite alright in the sweatshirt. Are you guys alright?
Yeah,
I'm
cool. It's
Weather-wise,
cool. It is definitely cool, but it's quite nice because then you're not walking around sweating.
consider it's the 10th of January. This, to me, I couldn't do this in 35 degrees heat.
No.
Absolutely not. No.
In 35 degrees heat, you want to be in the pool, like
In the swimming pool, that's right. So here we are at this amazing waterfall. Looks absolutely brilliant. Comes down there and it really is going for it down there. Look at that. Wow. There's a whole story about, it's called Watermelon Waterfall or something. You look down there, look. How mad is that? Crazy, huh? Nice. I love that we found little ducks on this part of the waterfall. It's just brilliant. So over here, this guy is doing the ice cream trick. You know where they chop up the banana and then they put the cream on, don't they? And they freeze it.
I think he's done the one where you go to grab the cone and he pulls the ice cream off the top.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's rude just to film it,
I'll
but
find you a video later.
okay. So we've come to the bottom of the windy streets in Old Town, and we're at the marina. There's a lot of pirate ship boats and trips you can go on. Can't lie, there is a little bit of hassle at the shops, but not too much. You do get that everywhere. You just say no thank you politely, and they don't. They just leave you to it. But yeah, really nice day for walking about, guys, isn't it?
Yeah, good weather for that.
So the way back up from the port is through some very steep hills. So we're going to do it in bits because it is honestly really steep. You can see if I put it straight. See that? So we've done a little bit and I'm out of breath. So I've been told there's something goes on with ice creams that I need to find out about yet. We're going to find out from this man over here, I think, because this is our meeting point.
I don't think so.
All of our
I think
people.
it's just frozen drink.
I'll go over. Okay, you're going on YouTube.
Where are you from?
London.
London, perfect. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Papa.
What's he doing?
I'll show you.
Oh my god.
Yay! What?
Tell me you're abroad without telling me you're abroad. So today we're out somewhere else, and this is what we're eating. We're pulling apart chicken. Is this chicken shish kebab?
I think so.
Nathan just had a nice tonic and some chips and some rice, because we are in the Old Town, in Antalya Old Town, in this very smoky, very strange, crazy cafeteria place, but it's tasty. I love the way they have these funny cans of Coke. So as you can see, Antalya was particularly beautiful, and the way that we went about the trip was we was picked up from by the TUI bus in the morning, quite early, around about 8:30. So we just had time for breakfast, and then we drove for quite a little way to pick up some other people on the way, and then we headed to something like a jewellery outlet centre, and it was huge. It was absolutely massive, and it was really interesting to see. There was a lot of hassle there, and it was very expensive. Would I recommend going there? No, I wouldn't, unless you're particularly on the hunt for some jewellery. I don't really know why they tagged that onto the trip. I think maybe because, I don't know, maybe there's some commission in it there for them or something, but we paid very little money for this trip. We paid €6 per person to get on the bus to go there, and that was kind of part of the deal, was that we went to have a look at this jewellery first. It was quite funny actually, because my son Nathan was saying to the man, show us your most expensive bit you've got, because they judge you. They look at you as if to say, have you got money or haven't you? So we decided to ask for the most expensive bit. After then, we then went on and stopped off at the waterfall, which was beautiful. We don't quite know what the fighter pilot jet things were all about, not too sure about that, but I loved the vibe that was around the waterfall. It was absolutely stunning, and definitely would recommend you go there and have a little look. There were lots of people there who wanted to take photographs of you with a parrot on your shoulder and things like that. If anyone comes up to you, just say, no thank you, no thank you. We was told by our guide to definitely be really firm with that, because the minute that they do that, or a lady comes and gives you a rose, you've got to give them some money. So if that's not something you want to partake in, and I wouldn't advocate that you get involved with the animals in the photographs, because you don't always know their level of cruelty or if they looked after the animals at all. So definitely give that one a skip. And then from there, we drove on to Antalya Old Town, and our guide gave us a lot of really interesting information about the town. It wasn't quite what I was expecting it to be, but it was very interesting to see. So we was dropped off at a cafeteria that we was told would be the meeting point to come back to. And when we did come back to that cafeteria, you didn't have to buy anything or have anything to eat or drink if you didn't want to, but it was okay. It was a typical sort of little local cafeteria. Now there was an amazing mosque you could see, and in this video what you've just watched, you would have heard the call to prayer. First time that my twins have ever heard that, and they said if you didn't know what that was, you'd find that quite frightening, because if you're used to it, then you pay no attention. But if it's something you've never heard before, you'll think, what on earth is going on? So anyway, Antalya Old Town is very, very hilly. So after the mosque, you then go down a hill, down to the harbour, which is where all the boats are that can take you out on a trip. There was a lot of them in dock because it was winter time when we went. But yeah, definitely it's very pretty, but it's incredibly hilly. So bear that in mind if you've got any mobility issues. If you don't have any mobility issues, but you just gonna find it hard because it's literally a gradient like that in places. So you will find that it will take you longer to get back up than it did to come down. But there's loads of little shops along the way. There wasn't too much hassle. They was just saying, come into my shop, and you just said no thank you politely, and they left you alone. But there was very interesting shops, loads of clothes, there was some herbs and spices and things like that. So after we had a little look around the harbour and took some really great photographs, we headed back to the cafeteria and we sat in there because it started to rain anyway, and we just waited there for our coach back, which took about an hour, and then we all had a little sleep on the coach and then got back to our resort in just after lunchtime. So after lunchtime, in the afternoon. So it was a really good trip for what it cost. I think it was really good value, but I would probably recommend that maybe you make your own way there. You can't really get too lost in Antalya Old Town, but yeah, definitely if they're still doing the offer, definitely book yourself onto that, go and have a little look because it's got some lovely photographic opportunities in Antalya Old Town. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you found it useful, please click the thumbs up button because it really, really helps support the channel. And if you don't mind, if you haven't subscribed already, I'd love you to subscribe because I've got some more videos coming up in this Turkey series, and I will really love to show you those because we went to some more awesome trips which you absolutely need to see. All right, take care. Bye for now.